Hello and welcome to TSG Foundation's Wisdom of the Zodiac. Today's lesson will be taken from Volume 1 of Wisdom of the Zodiac, Chapter 24, titled Wesak, Renewal. This is so beautiful, and at this time of the year we can really appreciate that sense of renewal that comes inside all of us. Let's see what Torkom says about this wonderful topic. Open your books to page 337. Wesak means beginning. Okay, so you are going to think now, this is a new beginning. I don't want the same old in my life. I want to go towards something new. What is that going to be? And how does that really bloom in my life? Okay, so you're going to think of that new beginning. It is a new start. Don't you all wish to have a new start in your life? Recalibrate, reset. Many initiates and great ones wait for the moment of Wesak to start something new in their lives. So if there is something that you want to start in your life, this is a good time for it. Now, how are you going to do that? That's the big question. Those who are in tune with cosmic values, energies, and centers try always to renew their life because they know that only in renewing their life can they proceed on the path of perfection. This is very, very simple and yet profound. We can't go into a new direction, into something that we so much want in our hearts and our souls, if we stay on the same old path. We can't keep doing the same things, feeling the same ways, thinking the same ways, and imagine that that will take us somewhere new. It's not going to happen. If you want change in your life, a renewal, you have to start questioning on what that renewal is going to be based. Something has to shift. So this is a great time. If there's something new that you want to do, it's a great time to think what that is and how you are going to make that possible. Let me just offer a word of caution. Don't make a laundry list of new things that you want to do. Filter it down to 10, 5, 3, and maybe just 1. Try to articulate where that renewal is going to be in your life that will cover everything else in your life. Okay, you're going to synthesize what that one thing of renewal is going to be in your life. And nobody can tell you what that is. You are going to find what that is. The same thing for leaders of groups. Find out what is that one thing that you want your group to go toward. You want your business to go toward. You want your life to go toward. So whatever you are doing in your life, whether it's individual or multiple people oriented, take time to see where your renewal is going to take you, because the energy is present for you. You just have to take advantage of it. So starting with Wesak. Wesak is usually the full moon that is either at the end of April or in the first or middle part of May. Sometimes it is referred to as the May full moon, but it's not always in May because it is based on the lunar calendar. So this year, for example, 2016, it falls in the end of May, end of April. So you're going to check the calendars and see when that full moon is. Starting with Wesak, all disciples and aspirants decide to do new things. And that is really in our hearts. You feel it. I feel it. I think, okay, I've done all of this past year. Where do I want to go next? How can I synthesize what it is that I want in my life? To feel in new ways. Isn't that interesting? Not just do things. So don't make a laundry list of all these things that I want to do. How about, how do you want to feel in a way that is new? Okay? To think new thoughts. Usually if you stop for a minute and try to be mindful, what are the thoughts that are going in your mind? Same old, circling around and around as you talk to yourself in your mind, and you go over the same thing, what you should say, could say, would say, should say, and so on, going on and on and on in your mind. Well, how about something new? And to have motivations that are new. What is a new motivation? Why am I doing this? Question yourself. This is the best time of the year for you to question yourself. Why am I doing what I'm doing? Why am I thinking in this way? Why am I feeling in this way? Where do I want to go? But all these new things must be based on the 5-pointed star. There is your barometer. There is your guide. If you think, well, what do I need to do? Where am I going to go? Consider everything that you write down and you decide on, that it is beautiful. It is full of goodness. It is truthful. It brings joy, and it brings freedom and righteousness to everything that you are doing in your life. This is the 5-pointed star that has always guided me, guided my business, my decisions. And sometimes I reach them, sometimes I don't. Of course, we're not 100%, but this is what I strive toward. And I ask that you do the same, because these 5 things will never stir you wrong. Okay, never. If you want to change your life physically, emotionally, and mentally, and spiritually, think of all these components. You must change according to these 5 lights. These are 5 lights that come into our life. Your deeds must be beautiful, full of goodness, full of truth. They must have joy and also freedom. They must not be imposing and limiting yourself and others. They should give you freedom, because only by living in freedom and giving freedom to others do we proceed. If we try to compel and force and boss other people and boss ourselves, it's not going to work. You know that never works. But if you give freedom, it is going to be much better in a detached way. No one can proceed on the way if he limits the freedom of other people. Okay? This is really fundamental. And imagine how each and every human being on earth wants to be free. Look at the lengths and crises that people undergo just to have freedom, to live, to work, to raise their children, to feed themselves. It's a profoundly deep essence that we are all wishing to have in our life. And once we have a little bit of freedom, what happens? We want more. We want to expand emotional freedom, free from old wounds, mental freedom, free from limitations, spiritual freedom, free from our personality hang-ups and personality culture. We want to have freedom to go to the heights, to soar to the heights. Your thoughts must be beautiful, joyful, and truthful. Our thoughts really condition how our brain operates, how our health operates, how our life operates. All the research that is being done now on meditation and mindfulness and brain science and brain health points to that. What you think, how you think, makes a huge difference, a huge impact in your life. Anytime you see that your thoughts are not based on reality, the reality, not the reality of the internet, not the reality of opinion makers who are trying to shape the way we think, not their reality, but on reality. Stop them, because you are limiting and poisoning yourself. People spend billions of dollars trying to find ways to manipulate our thinking and our reality, to make us think that what we see is not real, and an alternate reality, what is their reality. So you are going to really start clearing and healing your mind and your brain so that you can see reality for what it is and act accordingly. Let's go to page 338. This teaching is so beautiful. It's all about renewal, and really we cannot renew if we stay in the same old, same old. So look at the top paragraph. Anytime you see that your intentions are not based on freedom, joy, beauty, goodness, and truth, do not proceed. Okay? That is an inner barometer that you are going to build, that you continuously ask yourself, is this really a process of integrity, of truth for me? If it's not, don't do it. Why is that? Because you are building those false patterns into false walls that you are depending on, that will fall as soon as you put weight on it. As soon as you need something in a crisis, it better be something solid, based on solid values, not false walls. The false walls will fail you every time, just like false friends and false ideas. Okay? And you can bloom only in beauty, goodness, truth, and joy. Joy is so important, as is freedom. What is that joy that we are talking about? Joy is the moment when you feel contact with infinity. I see this every time that we have a book called Joy and Healing. I've studied that book since the 80s, the late 80s, and I still study it. And every year we start a study class on Joy and Healing, an 18-month course. People start it and most of them drop out. The few who make it are changed forever. Their life changes forever. Why is that? Because they chose joy and the freedom that joy brings. Instead of being engulfed in matter and old wounds and old shoulda, coulda, wouldas, they find freedom. When you start a new life from tomorrow or from the next minute, you are going to reverse your life and change your deeds. You are going to reverse your life. This is not easy, but Taurus gives us that power, that focus of light from the eye of Taurus to be able to do this. It takes a lot of willpower. Find something that you don't like in your activities and change it and base it on the 5-pointed star. Then Wesak will be a challenge for you. It's not just easy breezy, okay? It's a challenge. How do we change that locomotive going in one direction and have it move in the opposite direction, in a new direction? It's going to take a little bit of energy on your part. You must challenge yourself. You are going to say, tomorrow I'm going to start a new life. Wow. Today we are celebrating the festival of Taurus, and it is coming up for us. The great constellation, which is called Taurus, has a big star in it. Listen to this, it's so beautiful. That star is called the Eye of the Bull. Okay, that is that one pointed focus. That is the image for us, the Eye of the Bull. That star is called the Eye of the Bull. Through that eye, especially at the moment of the 3 days of the Wesak festival, it pours down a tremendous amount of light to humanity and a tremendous amount of light into the galaxy, into the solar system, and into the human soul. So that moment of contact, that Eye of the Bull is going to push through a lot of light, and in that light you are going to see the truth of your life. Don't be depressed and distressed. See the whole truth, which means see the possibilities and the potentialities waiting for you as a soul. This light enlightens and illuminates those who are in extreme aspiration, dedication, and one-pointed devotion when they are in tune with the light. Okay, if you go on the way you have been, that light is going to not do much good for you. But if you are really aspiring, you start now, aspire, dedicate, have one-pointed devotion and dedication to your future of your life, the future that is tomorrow, next year, 10 years from now, it doesn't matter. So you are going to tune in to that light through your devotion and dedication. Don't bring the garbage with you. Let that go. It creates 9 steps of illumination. When you are tuned with that light, you will feel that the light is enlightening you. There are 9 steps, and I'm going to briefly read each one like a meditation, and you can stop this video anytime after each one and just meditate on it. At the end, we will do a meditation on one of the seed thoughts. There are 9 points here. Are you courageous enough this year to take 9 days of meditation and take the entire 9 days that includes the day of the full moon and meditate on one of these points of enlightenment? They are so beautiful and profound. This is what I'm going to do this year, and I challenge you to do the same. Write to me when you're done. Tell me how it went, how it felt, and how your life changed. I hope it will. Let me read the first one, and I'm just going to read the highlighted parts of these because we really don't have time to elucidate on each one. Maybe someday we'll have a full-day seminar just on these 9 points. Okay, the first one, page 338. The first step of enlightenment is to see what you are and what you are doing in this world. Okay? What you are and what are you doing in this world? Now let me warn you, this is not self-criticism time. This is just to put that light of the reality of the Taurus bull right on your life and say, what am I seeing? It is just like if you were asked by a scientist friend who says, look at me and tell me what you see. And you don't try to put all your prejudices and your own personal opinion in there. You just see what you need to see and you tell that person. Or if you are a consultant in a business, you do the same. You don't lie or manipulate or make up things. You see exactly what you need to see and you say it. This is that first one, the first step. What's the second step? When the second part of light hits you from the cosmic eye, you have the second enlightenment. And you see that you are lying daily. You are not sincere. You are flattering. You are a hypocrite. You are running after false values. Then suddenly you see these things and the second enlightenment helps you. So this second enlightenment shows us how we are not completely truthful. That there are lies that we tell ourselves, we tell others, in our words, in our emotions, in our thoughts, in the way we work. So this truthfulness and not truthfulness is going to be revealed in that second part of the enlightenment. That can be an ouch, but very, very important. You can't build a truthful life on lies. Those are false walls. What's the third step? You suddenly see what kind of influence you are having on the lives of other people. That is such a deep, deep responsibility. I ask myself that question as I speak with you every month on YouTube, and I ask myself, am I having a good influence on others? Am I really speaking from my heart? Am I really speaking from the wisdom that I've learned? This is important. Do I do that to my family, to my friends, to my co-workers? So this is something we need to ask ourselves so that we can see how others see us, honestly and truthfully, without self-criticism. See what kind of influence you are having on the lives of others, on your lives of your children, your grandchildren, people that you like and love from anywhere in the world. See what kind of influence you are having. Meditate on that. Fourth one. The fourth enlightenment or revelation is when you see suddenly where humanity is going. Boy, that is painful. Where is humanity going? But don't just look at the bad things that are happening. Also look at the underlying good things that are happening. I try to remind myself of that every time I read the news and see the miserable condition of people starving, children going to sleep without food, rags that they wear, displaced people, millions of them all over the world just starving and dying. I really try to make myself also see what is the underlying causes and what are some of the good things that is happening. People feeding other people, giving shelter, giving medicines, risking their lives, doing research, giving vaccinations and health advice, education and upliftment, freedom. Look at all the things that are happening in every sector of society. Start with politics, look at finance, look at religion. Really bad things in religion happening, but also really good things to open up our minds and hearts. What about in education? What about in communication? So look at all the 7 fields and see where the world is heading. It's really heading toward a unified planetary consciousness, aren't we? But it is not going to be an easy job. It is going to take a lot of work from all of us. Okay, fifth light. Fifth light reveals to you what to do. What to do. So if you don't know what to do, you are going to try to have that light focus on there. Now let me tell you, these 9 things aren't just going to happen all at once in 1 year. Maybe it'll take 9 years or 90 years or 9 lifetimes, who knows? But step by step, you are going to see what is life telling me to do. Many people come and ask, Torkom says, what can we do? What can you do? Well, I'm not going to tell you. You find it. You see, sometimes people falsely say, okay, master or teacher, tell me what to do. The teacher isn't going to tell you what to do. You have to find what needs to be done and do it. Because you cannot be compelled. Teachers don't compel us to do this or that. They just suggest or maybe try to open our eyes. But at the end of the day, you have to see what needs to be done. You have to do it. You have to decide, because then you own it. It is part of you. It is transforming you. Not because somebody told you, but because you chose it, you were sensitive enough to see what needs to be done, and you did it to the best of your abilities without showing off, without saying, look at me, how wonderful I am. The teacher told me what to do, and show off. That's not the way it's going to be. So he says, reveals to you what to do, okay? There are so many things that each of you can do right now. Find out what that is and do it with all your heart. Give it. Number 6, what is the 6th step of enlightenment? When the light comes and hits your soul, what happens? You suddenly realize that you have a contact with the super mundane world. When you have that deep contact, maybe in your meditation, maybe in a dream, maybe in some new thing, a page that opened in your life, a new book that was given to you, a new teaching that was revealed to you, that is a message from the higher world. Find out what that means for you. 7th ray of enlightenment hits your soul, and what does it do? For the first time you feel who is your teacher, who is your master. Don't make claims on this one. How do we know that we are students of a great one or a teacher? It's because we do what they tell us. Christ said, love one another and everyone will know that you are my disciples. Great teachers tell us the same thing. Take your life more seriously. Be solemn. Be in solitude every day. Meditate and find out, how am I going to exemplify the teaching in my life? Don't make claims. You see, when people make claims, they just want to feel good and put feathers on them from somebody else's feathers and pretend they are everything. That's not what we are talking about. What we are talking about is to really exemplify the teaching that you adore and love. Whoever it is, from whatever religion, from whatever angle that you reach it, it doesn't matter. You exemplify it. That is your badge, that you have a real teacher and a real master. Whatever teacher you're following, do what that teacher tells you, what that teaching is telling you, not in a compulsive way and compelling way, but what is that soul in you that's awakening and saying, this is something that I need to do, because that's when I really show that I am studying the teaching. Okay? Number 8. When the 8th ray of illumination hits your soul, you start to see the future. You see, we can have false futures or real futures, but the real future is going to be revealed when you really see the truth and you take these step by step. It'll be very, very interesting when you see where your life is leading you and you take the steps to go to that future. I'll leave it at that. We'll meditate on that a little bit later. When the 9th ray of enlightenment comes and hits your soul from the eye of Taurus, this is page 343, for the first time in your life you realize that you are a citizen of cosmos. Do you feel that? Well, see if you can feel that you are not an American or an Indian or a Chinese or European or German or Syrian or Iraqi or whatever. You are not a Muslim or a Jew or Christian or Buddhist or Hindu. You are not any of those, just any of those. You belong to cosmos. You are a citizen of cosmos. Can you have that individual identity and also identify with the great whole? If we can do that, we can really make inroads in our life. Now let's go to page 345. Let me read the final paragraph in that. That is so beautiful. Try to change your life. Okay? Renewal, Taurus, full moon, Wesak celebration is about changing your life. Make a contact with that illuminating light of Taurus and go to somewhere new. Do not think that somebody else must change your life. Nobody else is going to change your life for you. Try to develop a new outlook, a new viewpoint. Look at the earth and everything. Look at what is happening from a new viewpoint and say, what can I do now? That is the compelling seed thought that I would take from this entire chapter. If I had to choose just one, it would be that, what can I do now? That you find what it is that you need to do in your life. Let that light be with you. It's not a beautiful blessing? Always watch the eye that is watching you. Wow. And you will never fail, because that eye is one of the eyes of God. Oh, that is so beautiful. What about if you see other eyes? Okay. Isn't that beautiful? To see the eye of your solar angel watching you, the eye of Christ watching you, the eye of a great one that you believe in watching you, the eye of God watching you, watching all of us. What would that eye tell us? How profound. Okay, let's do our meditation. Meditation is taken from this same chapter, pages 346 and going to 348. I will walk us through it, and take your time, relax, and feel great joy and freedom to do this meditation. Close your eyes and put a nice smile on your face. I will walk us through it, and when we go into the period of seed thought meditation, if you wish to stop the video, meditate, and then continue, that would be perfectly acceptable. Do that and take your time. Do this meditation every day of the full moon week. See what it means to you. If you do it for 9 days, take one of those seed thoughts every day and follow this format. You will see that something beautiful will happen to you. Okay, so close your eyes, put a nice smile on your face, sit up straight, and we will start with a mantra of unification. Please repeat after me. First, have a nice, quiet mind. Take a deep breath and relax. The sons of men are one, and I am one with them. I seek to love, not hate. I seek to serve and not exact due service. I seek to heal, not hurt. Let vision come and insight. Let the future stand revealed. Let inner union demonstrate, and outer cleavages be gone. Let love prevail. Let all men and women love. Now say 3 ohms either quietly or out loud. Repeat after me. Salutations to the great ones who brought us beauty, goodness, wisdom, joy, and freedom. Say 1 ohm. Keeping your focus in a joyful way, meditate on the seed thought. My Lord, let me live under your watchful eye. What does that mean for you? Visualize that big eye of the Lord watching over you. What does that mean for you when that happens, physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually? Take a few minutes to meditate on that seed thought. How does your life change? Ask the Lord, what should I do, Lord? Lord, what things must I throw out from my life? Lord, how must I purify my life? Lord, let me bathe in your beauty, in your goodness, in your truth. Can I talk with you, Lord, if my lips are not pure? Let me be pure. Now feel that 5 rays are coming from his eyes and flooding your being, flooding you with beauty, with goodness, with righteousness, with joy, and giving you freedom, bathing you with it. Visualize you are flooded with that light. Your aura is becoming purified and clean and vibrant and vital. Your emotions are pure. Your mind is pure. Now you are all light. See yourself standing in the presence of the I, the big I. It's a very healing and beautiful meditation and visualization. Keep your focus. Feel the healing power of that I. And let your body, emotions, and mind be healed. Take a moment to bathe yourself in that light. Focus yourself and repeat after me. Lead me, O Lord, from darkness to light, from the unreal to the real, from death to immortality, from chaos to beauty. More radiant than the sun, purer than the snow, subtler than the ether, is the self, the spirit within my heart. I am that self. That self am I. Let us say 3 ohms. Thank you for joining me today. This presentation was again taken from Volume 1 of Wisdom of the Zodiac, Chapter 24, titled Taurus. And it is so beautiful. It's all about renewal. I hope that the blessings of the Great Ones are on you for renewal, that the eye is shining on you, illuminating your life in these 9 ways that we talked about, and that you renew your life and go on your new path in blessings. Thank you for joining me, and may the blessings of the Great Ones be on you at this time of Wesak. Bye for now.